Conor McGregor in rehab. Reason for missing the fight. Let's clarify this just a little bit. Because that's getting pinned on me. That's getting attached to me. Chael Sonnen is the one that brought this. I do not know that Conor is in rehab, for one. For two, I would not begrudge or tease Conor in the least if he was in rehab. I'd be very proud of Conor. And I would imagine for somebody in his spot to go into rehab is something that you want to keep quiet. And to do that in Ireland, I would imagine that he would have needed to humble himself greatly. So, first off, I don't know that he's in rehab. Secondly, if he is in rehab, that's awesome. That would be good stuff. One thing, and we've all dealt with this, right? Whether it's yourself, someone in your family, someone in your circle. But one thing that you'll learn when somebody goes through rehab is one of the steps, and one of the things that they make real sure of is that you are never around it again. Like a great way, let's just touch on alcohol. They'll do it for each substance, right? But let's just do it for alcohol. Take that lesson and apply it to any substance. Let's say you were to go to a party. You invite over somebody's house and you think it's going to be all cool in the game. You walk in the door and they got a bunch of liquor there. One thing that they will teach you in rehab is you turn around and leave. You're just not even around it. You don't ever even get tempted, right? The best way to keep it from this motion, keep it off your lips, keep it out of your system, is just not be around it. So if you find yourself in that spot, let's say you go check into a hotel, and so many hotels will have mini bars. You will simply call ahead of time, and you will tell them, clear out that mini bar. So again, it's just a situation where you don't even go around it. And the point that I was attempting to make when I was drawing the comparison to Conor's situation and rehab, which is what I believe, but I don't know that, is 2 weeks prior to the press conference being canceled, which was the domino that went into effect that knocked the entire board down. Conor was at his own facility. And do they call that the Black Forge? Is that what that's called? Or is that the name of a beer? Or is it both? Doesn't he have like something Forge? But that's also the name of the bar. And the reason I say this, he's shown in pictures and he's shown drinking. Let's say that he wasn't. Let's say that was something else in the cup and he was just doing his job. He's still now at the bar, which if somebody is overseeing his rehab would catch that and go, hey, you got to get out. You either slipped and made a mistake, which is far more likely than that not actually being alcohol in his glass. Far more likely is it was alcohol and he didn't want it to be and a mistake had been made. He partied it up and made some bad decisions. Which is where then again I would come back to step number one, which if a guy in that situation still went into rehab and still humbled himself and still said, look, there is a priority and order to life, and I'm going to do this one first, I would credit him. I would never put it as a tease. There is a strict irony there. They're like, how are you going to do that situation? How are you going to be? It's very clear that if he's in rehab, we're going to use this if he's in rehab, it's very clear that he doesn't want that known. He somehow sees that as an embarrassment. So, okay, I'm not sure that it is or what part should be the embarrassment. I don't know. But a number of guys do think like this. And if you got a private life and you just want to keep it private, I think that I would understand that to a higher extent than you going out and you partying like a madman to the point that the world looks at you and looks at you like a fool. But then the stopping of that becomes the part that you try to keep secret. Now, these are just personal and societal norms and ideologies and psychologies that I'm speaking about. I don't really care which one that he does. What I'm stressing for you is if that is in fact what's happening, and he is in fact trying to keep it a secret, you would see where the problem of, hey guys, come and drink my liquor. Hey guys, come down to my bar and buy and drink my liquor. Hey guys, by the way, I no longer drank my own liquor. Because it led as a gateway to larger drugs like cocaine, which I'd have never gotten into the cocaine had I never not gotten to the alcohol, which is why they call it a gateway drug in the first place. Like, you would see where that becomes a little bit of an issue. And the irony with it and again, I'm superposing and injecting that you guys saw Daniel Cormier and I have this conversation on Bad Guy and the Other Guy, right over on ESPN. I'm assuming that. But where that becomes interesting, and I have to make sure that you do have a basis for this, is Michael Chandler is also being sponsored by an alcohol brand and had sent as a marketing plan the drink to a number of influential people, and they were all going to take a drink and take a picture, make a video of themselves, and put it out on social media. Quite frankly, from a marketing standpoint, it was an excellent idea. But my point, and I will stand by it, is you see the incredible irony that two guys, whether it's the tequila swill or it's the proper swill, you would see how when red corner and blue corner has the same commonality, and the entire fight gets scrapped for rehab and substance abuse of the very thing that the red corner and the blue corner are out pushing and attempting to market by doing the fight in the first place. Like, you would see an irony in that, which is a brilliant point by me, and it's a point that only I will make. But there's a reason that you come here, and that is there's nobody out there with more brilliant points than me.